Welcome to Becoming Her. This is officially the second video of the Becoming Her series. Today we are going to discuss when you forget who you are. The theme of this video is how easy it is to lose sight of your own worth when pain speaks louder than truth. Sometimes losing yourself doesn't happen all at once. It happens quietly. A piece of your worth slips away when someone mishandles you. Another piece when life breaks you down. Before you know it, you're living a life shaped more by pain and people than by the truth of who God says you are. I know this feeling all too well because I lived it. For me, a lot of my pain came from choices I made out of lack. Not because I didn't want better, but because deep down I didn't believe I deserved it. When you've been mishandled, unloved, manipulated, and made to feel unwanted, those experiences shape your existence. They affect the way you see yourself, mentally, spiritually, and emotionally. Through my healing journey with God, I started to see how easy it is to take on what doesn't belong to you and live a life that's out of alignment with who you really are. And what's wild is disconnection doesn't always announce itself loudly. It shows up quietly in exhaustion, people-pleasing, self-doubt, and settling. For me, especially before and after my daughter's death, I was already exhausted. Always doing too much, carrying too much, trying to prove too much. And when that kind of life becomes normal, it isn't even a thought anymore. It's just the way you exist. You start allowing people to treat you less than because deep down, you've already forgotten your worth. When you're disconnected from who you are, the way God sees you, almost anything becomes acceptable. But God, He didn't rush in with a lightning bolt. He came with a whisper, a remembering. I was tired, depressed, sad, unaware of myself, but still finding just enough energy to keep showing up for everyone and everything except me. Until I got quiet, prayed, listened, and little by little, He started pulling me back to myself. I will never forget the night it really hit me. I was at a concert with my partner at the time, listening to Layla Hathaway sing Mirror. I had never heard it before, but her voice was so melodic. The lyrics were so pure that before I knew it, tears were streaming down my face. And then came the ugly cry. At that time, I had a practice of waking up between 2 and 4 a.m. to talk to God. That night, I started confiding in Him in my journal on a deeper level, asking questions, pouring out my desires for peace, for joy, for happiness. And He met me there. That moment wasn't just emotional, it was sacred. It was the beginning of coming home to myself. I won't lie to you, healing wasn't easy. I was unhappy in so many areas of my life, and the hardest part was letting go of the things, the people, and the habits that kept me stuck. When you've lived your whole life in survival mode, learning to trust God, even His direction, takes courage. Unlearning what you have always known is a task, but it's a holy one because on the other side of letting go is becoming. Coming home to yourself isn't always loud or fast. Sometimes it's quiet, slow, and messy, but it's all worth it. Before you move on with your day, take a moment to pause, put everything down, and just chill. And let's take a deep breath in, hold it at the top, and allow that breath to be released with a huge sigh. When you've been through so much, it's easy to forget your worth without realizing it. So I want to invite you to get honest with yourself. No mask, no pretending. Ask yourself and let the answers rise. Where in my life have I accepted less than what I am worth? What pain, words, or experiences shaped the way I see myself today? If I quiet the noise, what has God been whispering to me about who I really am? What part of me is ready to come home? Take your time with these. You don't have to have all the answers right away. Sometimes the first step is simply acknowledging the distance between where you are and who you are created to be. Write it down, pray about it. Let God meet you in that space, not the polished version of you, but the real one. That's where the becoming begins. If this message touched your heart, subscribe and keep walking this becoming her journey with me. And if something in you is ready to go deeper, to heal, to align, to come home to who you truly are with God, I'd love to hold that space with you. You can schedule a private session with me in the link below. I want you to remember something. You are not forgotten. Even if the world has tried to shape your identity, God's truth still stands. Who you are is still in there, waiting to be remembered.